Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich, and welcome to another Table Talk Thursday. As per usual, we're going to be taking a topic from the Table Topics Cube. Um, Again, they don't make this particular cube anymore, but if you would like one similar to it, go into the description below, get your own Table Topics Cube. I will say, one thing I really like about this cube is the plexiglass plastic cube that it comes in. It's very sturdy and whatnot. Anyway, uh, like I said, they do have different cubes available. They unfortunately don't make this particular one anymore. However, you can play along with this by doing a video response or commenting below. And while you're down in the comment section or in the nether regions, as I so lovingly like to refer to them as, go ahead and leave a comment down there and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's appease the algorithmic gods of YouTube. And yeah, now, with all that being said, all the points of order being done, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your beverage of choice, sit on back, relax, and let's get started. I am almost out of tea, by the way, before we really get into this. I am almost out of tea. Matter of fact, there's the last little bit of it from my wonderful teapot. I am doing these in advance, and yeah, my tea has gone cold, which I don't mind. So let's move on. Today's or this week's table topic is: if you ordered food to go and decided you didn't want it, would you still pick it up? This one to me is the type of questions I like, the theoretical of, okay, this is a fun one that doesn't have a lot of depth to it at first, but gets a little down in the depths, just enough. Just trying to fix my zipper there, if you're wondering. So, usually whenever I order food, it's because I'm hungry, like right now. And more often than not, I am more prone to delivery than pickup. It's just a convenience that I like to have. I would rather, especially whenever I'm at work, I tend to do this whenever I'm at work, is order on DoorDash. And even though this is not sponsored, I do recommend it, depending on the area and depending on your depending on the restaurants around your area and whatnot. I do like the feature of, hey, I get on an app, I purchase something from a local restaurant or a fast food chain, and it is delivered within a somewhat reasonable time, still hot, still good to go. There are times whenever with one particular restaurant, which I will not name and I will not order from again, unless I order for pickup, that it took 2 hours for it to come by, and I was starving. I was at work too. So it's not like I really don't like to leave work for lunch, which I totally can. I work at a storage unit facility, and I could totally go and get something to eat and come back, and they wouldn't have any issue with it. I would just put, hey, I'll be back at this time, be out of the office and, come back, eat my lunch, whatnot, and it would all be okay. However, in this situation, I was so hungry, I didn't want to go anywhere. I wanted my food, and I wanted it now. Unfortunately, whenever I got it, it was okay. It wasn't piping hot anymore, and the sad thing is the place was right around the corner, which didn't make any sense, except that the dasher needed to get there to pick up the food, which, if I knew that, I wouldn't have ordered. I would have just gone out and gotten it. I've never had the situation where I ordered food and then decided I did not want it. I've had the situation recently. I think was it for New Year's Day? Jelly, stop it. Come back here. I think she's trying to play with Karen. Karen is our other cat. She looks so much like Houdini. If you guys remember Houdini uh, from my channel whenever she was still with us, um, she looks a lot like her. But Jelly and Karen don't really get along, but they do play from time to time. And I think Karen's on the other side of the door, and Jelly's like kind of playing with her, but not really. Anyway, I ended up letting Jelly out. Anyway, I did have a situation around, I think it was New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, somewhere around that time. I think it was New Year's Eve, where my boyfriend wanted to have cheesesteak, and he's from out around the Philadelphia area. I am not. I'm from out towards Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he has a very specific way he likes his Philadelphia cheesesteak. Rightfully so. He grew up around that area. That's what he likes, and that's what I attempted to get him. So I order on DoorDash, and the order goes through, no problems whatsoever. I ordered myself something, and I ordered a couple appetizers and whatnot. I spent like $70 freaking on between the order itself and the the delivery and the tip on top of all that. So I spent a considerable amount of money. I figured, okay, whatever we don't eat, we're going to have leftovers, and we'll eat on those leftovers the next day. So really, in all, you're paying, about $17 a meal if you split everything in half. And, that's, it's still a little pricey for me, but, I'm like, you know what? It's a holiday weekend. We're going to just splurge a little bit and have what we want. And then I get a message from the dasher, the guy that has picked up my food. And he says to me, he texts me, he's like, I cannot get there. My navigation is not working. I'm like, what do you mean? So I call this joker up. I said, hey, let me get this straight. You have my food. You are like 2 streets away from me, and you're saying your navigation is not is not cooperating, that you don't have any other forms of navigation, that you can't tell me, hey, this is where I'm at. Can you come and get it? Sorry about the difficulty with your order and whatnot. He offered no way of rectifying the situation. He just said, with my $70 worth of food sitting in his vehicle that he had already picked up from the restaurant, says to me, sorry, I cannot deliver it. You can contact them for your money back. Well, yeah, but what am I supposed to do? It's like 8 o'clock at night. You have my food. I'm hungry, my boyfriend is hungry, and you have what I paid for already. And you have no other way of navigating to me? Let me get this straight. You're on a phone that has DoorDash on it because that's how they're tracking you. You don't have any type of Google Maps or Apple Maps or anything like that where you can take my address, put it in there, and say, this is where I need to go. You have no capability of doing that. I think he took my food and ran with the free food. I did end up getting my money back from that. I ended up getting my order from a local bar down the street, which actually has... Hold on. Okay, so I had to let Jelly back in, so I lost my train of thought. She was scratching at the door. So anyway, I ended up getting my order from a local bar that's just down the road, like 3 miles, if that. and I had to go inside to place my order, which they were not taking any in-person orders. And I told him, I said, okay, this is actually a special order because we don't my boyfriend doesn't want this, but he wants this. I think he wanted it plain with whiz. So I said, he just wants it plain with whiz. You can make mine with works. I don't care. I'm not that picky with food. Whenever it comes to Philly cheesesteaks, he is. So I I finally talked to the person that was working behind the counter. They're like, it's gonna take 20 minutes, half hour for us to even get to your order. I said, that's okay. I don't care. If you can just put this in, I don't care how long it takes. I will wait out there in the parking lot for you guys, and I've been here before, and I gave him a healthy tip. Um, and it did not cost me near as much as it did ordering from the other place. So I ended up spending less in the long run for a meal that was just as good, probably better than the other place that I ordered from. Um, and yeah, I actually really appreciated the people that were working behind the counter that day. Again, this is a local bar that I've gone to tons of times. I'm not a big drinker. I usually went there for food, not gonna lie. I like food. Um, so I've ordered from there plenty of times, and it's not like they know me or anything, but I told them, I said, if you could please, this is a special order. I couldn't put it online. I didn't know how to put in the special request part online. Otherwise, I would have. But if you can just put that in, don't care how long it takes. I'm not going to get angry over it. And I gave him a healthy tip on top of that. So they were very kind people, very nice people. Again, that I've dealt with before, and they were just uh, uh, part of them probably just wanted to get me out of their area, and that's fine. um, and I almost pulled a Karen, but I didn't quite. I didn't get irate over it. I just told him, I said, I'm willing to wait, and that's okay with me, as long as if I can get the food that I would like, then yeah, I'm good with waiting if that's something that needs to happen because you're overrun, and I do understand that. So they were very nice, they were very kind about it, and I do appreciate that. So that's a long way about saying, if I ordered food and to go and decided I didn't want it, would I still pick it up? Yes, I would, for one. Because I don't order food without being hungry, and once I order food, I'm pretty married to the decision of eating said food. Um, but I figured you guys might like that little story about the DoorDash incident with the dasher taking my food and dashing. Um, yeah, so yeah, he basically stole from that restaurant, and I'm not okay with that, and I was really upset by it. At least for a couple days, I was like, this guy is a real asshole, and I was not there for it. But yeah, things eventually worked out, and we're okay. We're okay. It's not the end of the world that I didn't get the food that day from that particular restaurant. But in the future, I'm probably not going to order from them again, because not the first time that I've had unsatisfying instances with them. So, what are you doing? I I think Jelly is playing with the printer. Stop playing around with stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry, this has become an off track video. Um, Let me just wrap it up here. Join me on Saturday for the next installment of the Witchy Book Club series, where we are discussing the next chapter in the Inner Temple of Witchcraft. Don't ask me what chapter we're on because I'm doing these in advance and I've lost track. Anyway, um, until Saturday when we have the Witchy Book Club series, um, I wish you love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye bye.